How you doing, guys? This is the start of a video. We're reacting to this video is about the job market. Um, if you don't know, this channel is called Legion of Men. He is a red pill a red pill guy, I think. Um, but I'm gonna give my honest reaction.
Got a video here saying the job market in America is collapsing. Let's get into it.
Let me tell you how bad the job market is right now. I got laid off about 36 days ago. Probably 200 applications in. Out of that, probably 25 rejection letters. Signed up at Walmart for a job. Signed with the local Publix, my grocery store, for a job. Uh, no interviews, no contacts. Out of all the applications I put in, I've had 2 interviews. Been ghosted probably 15 times. Then I decided, well, you know what? I'll do DoorDash. Went to do DoorDash. Couldn't get on in the area. Your zone is full. Can't even do DoorDash.
Damn.
That's how bad it is. I've been aged out 36 days. This is the longest I've ever been without a job ever in my life. 23 years in the military, master's degree, bachelor's, tons of experience. Can't find anything.
I'm a recruiter and I work in the life sciences industry. I posted a position yesterday on LinkedIn for a data scientist role. The role's remote. It filters out anyone that doesn't live in the US, has knockout questions for people just to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the role. So, active applications, I log in today, over 600. Taking a look through all of the applications, every single person is qualified. I have to go through and reject over 600 people for a job that these people probably well deserve because our market is crashing. I've never seen anything like this in the 11 years that I've been recruiting.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here. I don't believe this at all. I'm sorry. The thing is, people do what's popular, so they all go to school for the same thing. They all copy, especially females. They all copy each other. Um, you go into college, it just gives you a degree. For most jobs, you need a skill. Like even with sales, to get a certain position, you have to have 5 years of experience. Now, I don't believe this at all. Um, People just don't want to do certain jobs. That's the truth. Nobody wanna nobody wanna do plumbing. Nobody wanna do oil maker. Nobody wanna get a CDL. People don't like truck drivers, but every year it's less and less truck drivers. Every year, people can't become truck drivers because you can't have a DUI, can't be a felon, um, and many other things. And the same thing for these other jobs. People need police officers. There's a lot of jobs out here. That's a lie. People just don't want to work. That's the truth. And they all get shitty degree with shitty skills. An analyst is an analyst ain't special. An analyst is somebody that just look over all of the information and just give you a summary of what they think. That's it. That's it. That's not an analyst. An analyst is not a regional sales manager. A regional sales manager with 6 years of experience that is known that is known to take terrible teams in certain states and turning them around into one of the best teams in that area. That scales. You will always get a job. You can switch industries with that skill. That scales. But people, like I said, I believe people. I believe people do whatever is popular. Everybody want to sit in the office not doing nothing on a laptop. That's what everybody want to do. They don't have any skills. Everybody has jobs. You don't have a career. If you have a career, it's highly likely that you got a skill. You can get a job no matter what.
And they'll gaslight you into saying everything's fine. By the way, I found some interesting information. There's a bunch of threads that if you start to piece together, you will start to understand what's actually happening. So,
Like I said, he's a red pill podcaster, so he's gonna always be slavery to jobs and stuff. But let me tell y'all something about this shit. If y'all can't work, the world would collapse. Literally, if there's no jobs, how are you gonna pay them so they could be rich? If there's no jobs, then what's gonna happen? There have to be jobs to keep the world floating. That's not true.
in multiple sectors, things are bad. US dollar has now lost 10% of its value this year alone. That's one. Sherwin Williams, if you know, it's a huge painting company, probably the largest in the United States, if not the top two spot. And they suspend 401k matching amid weak sales. Another one, searches for help with mortgage surpassed 2008 housing crisis. And we've had another one here recently with the bond market where the 3-month treasury yield recently surpassed a long-term resistance trend line that's visible on the graph I looked at from year 2020. So this hasn't happened since 2020. Basically, what happened in 2020 when this exact technical happened on the chart, higher borrowing cost, short-term yields rise faster than the long-term ones, so think increased interest rates on absolutely everything, more expensive to borrow. We're going to head into a market already. We're already there, but we're being gaslit. As today marks a high in the S&P 500, by the way, an all-time high. I just checked that as well. Stocks, companies in general, are doing extremely well, posting the so-called record profits that they're having.
Exactly. This is what I was talking about. That this is not true about the job market. It's not true at all. Everybody's doing the same job. You guys need to go into a field where it's demanding. There's thousands of jobs that is needed in this world, and y'all all can sit in the office all day. All you lazy. The truth is, y'all are lazy. Y'all don't want to work. All you lazy motherfuckers can sit in the office all day writing emails and every time somebody call the phone, y'all don't answer. So y'all just sitting there doing nothing. And that's the truth. All of you guys are in the office doing nothing. You all got the same jobs, right? Amazon, um, what else? All these companies are getting rid of people because they're costing them money. Biden had some Biden had some policies where they would they will pay the company to keep you hired. You guys are not benefiting the company. You guys are just sitting there doing nothing. Like I said, y'all are doing nothing. You're costing them money. And now they got this AI that's increasing stuff faster. And then and now your ass is just sitting there doing nothing. They're gonna get rid of you. It's just the truth. You guys gotta get skills, and you gotta stop being lazy. I, there's no such thing as a job crash. If there was a job crash, the world would be doing terrible. That's not true. Because how are those companies thriving? Who is giving those companies money so they could thrive? It's people. And how do those people get money? They have a job or some source of income. And the truth is, you motherfuckers right here don't want to get a decent skill. And most importantly, you don't want to work. You gotta get a skill.
But on Main Street, excuse me, the average American is well underwater right now. It has not been this hard, not even in 2008, 2009. Not only
Let me tell you something, bro. If you're doing worse now than the Great Depression, Like I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're doing bad now, then the worst then then the depression, bro, you must be so terrible with money to the point where you might have to shoot yourself. If you got so much debt, if you went to school and got a shitty degree and you got debt and you got credit card bill and you got a car note and you also pick you also working in an office job with a million other people doing the same thing in a call center with everybody with a bachelor degree in business. They all you got all work at call centers. All of y'all with y'all degrees, y'all all working the same thing. Y'all are all at call centers, not doing your job. Every single time I call, y'all don't answer anyway. So y'all just sitting there being lazy. You gotta get a skill. I'm sorry. I don't believe this at all. Y'all just don't want to work. They have grants, right? And these grants put you in career fields that are in demand, and none of y'all are doing it. Why wouldn't people accept to go to school for free and join the industry that is needed that pays them a lot of money? Your first year in trades, you can make 60K a year. Your first year in trades, there's no excuses, bro. And this guy right here at the bottom left, anybody who leaves America and talks bad about America, but use America dollars in another country. But if that guy was to get a job in that country and live on that country's money, he would not be living the way he's living over there. So I don't know why he's even talking bad about America, knowing he using American dollars to live the way he live over there. I think he's in Romania. Let him get a job in Romania. Let's see if he still can afford that place. Let's see. No, I bet you not. His channel is monetized in America, so if he was to delete that channel and get remonetized, you can make a new channel, get remonetized. I bet you that CPM wouldn't be as much as it is now, because that country is probably gonna have a different CPM.